Hi there. I'm John Henderson, Director of Learning and Development here at the Employers Association of the Northeast. Just want to spend a few minutes talking to you about focusing on employee development for 2023. There is a difference between training and professional development. That's why we call our department Learning and Development. Training really just fills a gap, right? I'm going to train you to do a skill. But development looks to the future and the growth of the employee and that growth impact on the organization. So what are people going to look for in 2023? For many, many years, we were saying, oh, let's focus on the soft skills. Well, you know what? They're not soft skills. These are now and should always be referred to as power skills. What are the skills that people are looking for, and what are the skills they think their employees need for 2023 and beyond? And again, these are power skills. So I'm going to give you my top 10. This is a combination of me pulling a little bit from Gallup, a little bit from Forbes, and the last one I've also added is my own. One, and these are in no particular order. Flexibility. That is definitely a skill we all have been forced to really master. We want to make sure that we are flexible, that our employees are flexible, that they know that they can grow professionally, that they don't need to be stuck, as those 75% of the employees said they were. Skill number 2, decision-making. Very important that people need to know how to make effective decisions. They should be encouraged to be courageous. They should be encouraged to share their vision and to understand why they've made the choice that they made. So a good leader would look at data to support possible solutions. They also call upon their experiences and their intuition. Decision-making, power skill. Teamwork. As they always say, there's no I in team. Teamwork, for most people, creates an enjoyable work environment. So studies show that companies that emphasize teamwork, the value of teamwork, they innovate faster. They find mistakes more quickly. They find better solutions, resulting in higher productivity and higher employee engagement. So teamwork is a number 3 for the power skill. 4, time management. I just taught a class on this the other day. I was kind of surprised to see time management on so many lists as a power skill. But as I thought about it, it makes sense. With changing work environments, juggling of home life, working with others who are working remotely, all the changes we've had to adjust to, managing our time is a critical skill to master. We need to figure out how to minimize interruptions and how to effectively deal with interruptions that must be dealt with at that exact moment. Another power skill, love this one, creativity. So in the Forbes article I read, in order to be successful in any business, you must be creative and support a culture of creativity for all employees. Oftentimes, I think we skip over our frontline employees when we're trying to change something, when we want to have a new way of looking at something, a new process. We should never overlook those frontline employees. They are the ones that do the day-to-day work, and they may have a creative solution that we've never thought of because we're not in the trenches with them, right? Critical thinking, another power skill. Another power skill. When we use critical thinking, it allows us to understand and address situations based on all of the available facts and information. So typically when we're using critical thinking, it involves processing and organizing facts and data and other information to define a problem and develop effective solutions. When we're using critical thinking, we're using reasoning, evaluation, problem solving, decision making, and analysis. Number 7, if you're keeping count, emotional intelligence. This has been on lists for many, many years. This is all about self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. Number 8, empathy. And today, in the past couple of years, empathy is definitely a power skill that helps many people be successful. Letting the other person know you acknowledge the situation. It involves active listening, no judgment, paraphrasing back to the person to make sure you're understanding where they're coming from, acknowledging their feelings, all part of using empathy. Number 9, accountability. Not only do we need to hold ourselves accountable, but when you're using the power skill of accountability, you're holding others accountable for what they are supposed to be doing. Sometimes that's not an easy thing because we all know people are balancing work and life, work and home. So when we're holding somebody accountable, we do have to take into consideration circumstances that are beyond their control. But at the same time, we also don't want to allow people to not be accountable. We don't want to rescue them so that we take away their opportunity for their own learning and growth. And number 10, this was kind of in some of the list in various ways, but I think this is such a critical power skill. And it's really not even a skill. It's really something that we should just practice all the time. And that is civility. So I've been getting a lot of requests from organizations to come in and help them with improving the respect in the workplace. So when we think about in this political and socially divided world we live in, it comes down to civility, creating a culture where people can bring their authentic self to work in a safe environment. We don't have to agree with people's norms, with their values, with their political or social beliefs, but we need to respect one another. So those are the top 10 power skills that I identified from my research that people are going to need in 2023 and beyond.